Barlow, CEO and co-founder of Hometel Group. So the project we are working on right now is a flip and hold of 5850 Devington Circle. So the story behind this is my grandfather and grandmother's house. My mom had me when she was young, so I spent a good part of my early life living in this house. So, it means a lot to myself, my family, and the fact that I was able to buy it from them was something very special to me and kind of like a passion project that I love working on. So what was interesting about this project is that, as you know, the market right now is absolutely crazy. So the first thing we needed to do was actually settle on a price. So, because of my grandfather, my grandmother, they are no longer together. My grandmother is living in Florida. It didn't take too much convincing because they wanted to keep the house in the family name, but they also needed to sell the house. My grandpa needs to actually move to something smaller. He's getting older. So, we were able to settle on a price before it actually hit the market. If it would have hit the market, I'm pretty sure we would have been outbid by one of the buyers out here in Indianapolis. I tell you what, this is the first time I've actually been kind of not in charge of the project, but at least a big part of the direction of where the house is going. So watching just a tear down, we went through two 40-yard dumpsters, the biggest they come in. It's just a lot. I mean, that family had a lot of history in it, had a lot of my grandfather's things in it, a lot of my grandmother's things in it. So getting rid of some of that stuff was kind of hard. But something that needed to be done, and so we can start with a fresh blank slate, and that's exactly what we did. So we came in, removed a bunch of walls. We're turning rooms into larger rooms into smaller rooms. We're going to be creating a movie theater. We're going to, paint the outside of the house black. It really is going to, it's really going to change the face of this small cul-de-sac neighborhood. And as we expand, hopefully we can expand in this area, and then we can, raise the property value for a lot of people in the area. So the vision is that this house was, built, 50, 60 years ago. It actually went through a house fire as well. Sorry, it was rebuilt 50, 60 years ago because it went through a house fire in the 80s. So basically every room is closed off. I want you to feel like when you walk into any Hometel property that you are walking into an experience. So that's where the whole idea of we're gonna have this the dark house on the outside. We're gonna put some wood features. That is kind of one of our signatures of our Hometel properties. We like to use wood, whether we paint it, but we wanna give you something in a dimension to look at. So we're gonna do that on the outside of the house as well up front. But when you walk in, everything brightens up. So we're gonna use a lot of white. It's gonna be really open in front. When you walk in, you're gonna see this long, great, absolute great, what am I looking for? What's the word? Island, yes. So you're gonna go and look at this large island. We're gonna have, cement, maybe 10, 12 feet. We're gonna have the opportunity for at least 6, 7, 8, 9 people to sit there. We've got a fireplace we're gonna do something cool with as well. But the real vision of this is I want you to come in and it not be your home. Like this is not your home, not a hotel, but it's a Hometel experience. We're gonna get something that we might not be able to get at our own personal houses.
Okay, so for
Phase one is a full demo and tear down. That is exactly how we started this project. That is phase one of the project. Kind of the later half of phase one is we are actually making an addition of an extra shower. So now we're gonna have 2 full baths, but we're gonna have to move some plumbing back. So phase one of this project is actually making sure all the plumbing makes sense and works. We're actually moving the washer and dryer to another area, which means we have to actually create that plumbing, go through the actual foundation of the house. And then the latter half of phase one is gonna be electrical.
Cool.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to phase 2 of the project, and that's kind of where I really shine. I want to be a part of every design aspect of this project, from the kitchen to this movie theater to our game room. I really like that. Is everything cosmetic is going to be a part of phase 2. We're also really going to have a major focus on the deck in the backyard.
I'm Michael Blewett, COO, Hometel Group. And 5850 is our latest project we're working on. We're a vacation rental, short-term stay company, and we got opportunity to buy a house. I'm excited because I've always dreamed of doing a flip and rehab, and grew up watching HGTV and doing the shows. I'm like, man, that'd be so exciting to go through this whole process. So it's very exciting for me. So step one, we're at the rehab, we've torn everything out. Now we're starting to get to the phase we're running into the problems. All plumbing here, all we need to fix is, oh, we got this, we got that. So it's all part of the steps, which I anticipated. So hey, we're good to go. Okay. So right now the house is just basically a shell. We're on the beams, half the floor is torn up. It's a mess in there. But I can see the future and the walls and just visualize things, you know what I mean? Yeah. So very exciting, man. And then we got a deadline we need to make. So it's kind of like we are on a TV show, you know, right. Countdown, we got 13 days, we got a week left, we got 2. So yeah, man, y'all stay tuned. Hometel got big things coming for the future.
Hey, well, with Hometel, I'm CFO, kind of deal with the nuts and bolts, little pennies and dimes and quarters and all that. Just trying to make sure that we're not spending too much or doing too much, trying to keep everything in order. So that's kind of what, what I'm doing. So I'm really excited about being a part of this project. It's going to be a really good experience, going from ground up, well, not ground up, but, gutting the house and starting everything from fresh and just having a lot of ideas and just seeing it progress over time. So yeah, it's really exciting. Phase one, man, it's just crazy coming into the house. I didn't see them do the demo completely. I come in the house and it's just like, whoa, everything is gone. So I think phase one is going pretty good. It's just really shocking to see the house being torn up. And I know it was for them, for the family too, to come in there and see the house that they've been in all these years, and now it's all gone. But looking forward to what it's going to become. So,
how you doing? I am Kenny Barnett. I am the project manager for Hometel. We have done several units, and we are venturing into a house now. So that is our 5850 Devon Circle is the house that we're doing now as our first house on our project. Pretty excited about it. I have worked on houses. I've probably done 15 flips in the city so far. I've been a painter and a construction worker for the last 30 years. But every project is different. So you have your different adventures and different things you go into when you go into the house. So that's the stage we're at now in stage one. The biggest challenge that we're facing now in phase one is the plumbing. We then cut into the foundation of the floor. It's about a 3-inch slab of concrete. Then under that is peat rock. So then you get into there and find out all your heating ductings ran under there. You got copper piping running, your water lines are running under there, which they don't do anymore. They don't put the heat duct in the floor anymore. So you run into things like that, and trying to go to the more modern things to fit the older things, they really don't fit anymore. The biggest situation we're into right now, we have copper piping in the floor, and it's a 1/2 inch. But the coupler that I need to make it into 3/4 inch to run all through the house doesn't exist. So that's the biggest thing you run into when you do these older homes, is things that existed then and people used then no longer, it's outdated.
Cool.
So everything is going to have a solution. So we'll find our way through this plumbing. Our next solution, our next project in this, our next phase in this would be the electrical. Won't be as bad because the house had damage in before, had a fire before, so a lot of the electrical itself has been upgraded. So we won't go into the challenges of plumbing, but I can't wait for it. It's just gonna be great to see. I can't wait for the end results of it. Working with the guys I work with, they're very motivated. I love working with young guys that have a goal, have a purpose, have a drive. I'm working with 3 young guys that are driven to succeed. And I jumped at the opportunity to work with them. They energized me. I was doing my thing, but now I feel energized and excited to go to these projects now. So
How you doing? I'm Matthew Blewett, fabricator and artist, newer member to the Hometel group team. Excited to be starting on the 5850 project. Phase 1, 5850 so far, the tear out went great, went smooth. We're yanked everything out, hauling loads to the dumpster, working hard. Next, he says, all right, we gotta do the plumbing. I get a call because I work nights, so my shift's kind of off. I'm there every other day. And so the day I wasn't there, they're like, hey, we cut up the floor, because it's on a slab. And I'm like, wow, okay. We cut up the floor. When you come in tomorrow, I need you to, we busted up, I need you to take the floor that's there, the concrete, load it in the dumpster, and wheel it back and forth to the dumpster, dig all the way to the peat rock. So we get down in there and we realize there's some pipes in there, some pipes that I don't think they were, expecting. But with it being an older house, we're gonna run into a lot of unexpected things from building codes from before that just doesn't get done now. So once we get in, we some of the lines that we're cutting, and you don't know what's under there. So water line got cut, and so there was some water leaking on the floor, and well, actually not even on the floor. The floor is gone at that point. We're in a pit of peat rock, and with old pipe and stuff. So just carrying all that old pipe out.
So we are back at the house. Things are moving along. We're about 40% done, which put this project a little bit behind, in my opinion. We need to get this done in about 30 to 40 days, and we have a large project coming on. This project is gonna be the center point of the house. I want, when you walk in, this is where everyone gathers. It's gonna look really nice, and it's gonna be a cement top. So the problem with this is that none of us in this crew have currently done a cement top. So I'm not sure we're gonna be able to complete this. I'm worried about the actual weight of it all. It might be just too heavy to actually sit in this place. So we're gonna figure out how to cut. We're gonna try to reduce the amount of cement that we actually use. So again, I'm not sure where this ends. We might get it done, we might not. We might have to switch this whole thing up completely. But again, I'm gonna be pushing this crew to get this done, because this is gonna be what the house is. You walk in, no one's ever seen a diagonal 12-foot, island. So let's see if we can get it done. That is my goal for this. We also have another large project going on as far as like a hidden door. So I want you to walk into a living room space or a basement space. This is kind of a dual level house, but it's mostly a ranch. When you go through this hidden door, you walk into a movie theater. So that is kind of a huge part of the house as well. But we think that the tile that's gonna be on the door might be too heavy. So another one of those projects that I'm gonna force the team, or try to force the team to do whatever we can to get that done. I want all these elements in this house to be absolutely spectacular. So that is where we are now. I'm a tad bit worried about if we can get this done. So we'll see what happens next.
How you doing? Back again, Michael Blewett, COO. Giving you the latest update on our project here. Well, we had an estimated completion of the end of June. Well, it's September. And the shows that you guys see, flip this house, those types of things, it's absolutely true. You will run into this and that in electrical and plumbing and contractors. Whoa, that's a whole nother story. But we're pushing through. We're hoping for completion here in the next 30 days. And during this whole process, we realized that there was a vacant lot next door that a house had burned down years ago. So why not acquire that too? So hey, we're on the move. We're gonna keep you posted. Mike B signing off.
All right, now long-awaited project was done, our bathrooms. They look amazing. I have a guy that does grade A work. So our glass are in, our floating sinks are in, our golden shower heads are in. Our bathrooms look amazing. It was long awaiting. It went a lot longer than I wanted it to, but the end project is beautiful. And that's what we're looking for.
Okay, my name is David and I am locally 7 years old. It's really cool thinking that this was my grandpa's house and now we made so much progress. And now it is to the point where it's not even a house, it's just a thing.
All right. So you guys met my daughter, Ava. Yes, that is her. She is the director, and she also is very good at design. Ava, stop. Stay out the shot. She's very good at design. So she was pretty shy to do that, but I'm so glad she did. She's a big part of what we're doing. Okay, so back to the outside of this house. We got big plans for the outside as well. So what we weren't expecting is to add a hot tub. But once we got the spot cleared out, we absolutely wanted a hot tub, which means that we had to actually pull a water line as well. So that's another large project that we plan on finishing within the next 30 to 40 days. So we have a lot to do and we're already behind. So we actually got the fence done as well, which I'm really excited about. It looks gorgeous out there. I'm so excited for our guests to get to enjoy all the visions that we have in our head. So stay tuned next time to see what we have in store.
All right, we have reached my favorite part of the job. We're getting close to the end. It is crazy all the modifications we've done to this house and improvements and just changed it. I've been coming to this house about 35 years. And when the Barlows come in here and see this house, how we've transformed it from what it used to be and what it is now, I can't wait to see their face. The project looks amazing. Our woodwork, our back wall, our contrast, our colors, it's going to go over really big with our customers. I can't wait till I get our reviews in and see how our guests like it.
I know for sure my grandmother's mind is gonna be blown. I know I've got so many memories of being in this house and spending time. My cousin Mike and Matt, who you've both seen, we used to come here and go down to the creek and walk for miles doing whatever we wanted to do. One of the very fond memories I have in this house is that there used to be a wall separating the kitchen and the living room. And we used to, my grandma and grandpa had a small couch that they would sometimes hide my Christmas presents underneath. So what I would do is I would come in here and check under that couch every single time I was here just to see what new presents they got for me. So those are just some tiny memories of mine that I will always cherish, but it's interesting because that wall is no longer here. Now we have this big open concept, big open space. It is really going to blow my grandmother's mind. Yes, you can look now.
Oh my goodness! Really?
I can't wait to show you what we got. What we got inside.
Oh my goodness! Wow! Oh my goodness! I can't believe it. You did this?
That's what we doing, man. Yeah.
Oh wow!
No better house to start with than this one. Yes, let's go in. Dino, how you doing? How you doing? I like your jacket, like your coat. Hello, hello. How are you?
Oh, look at the fence and everything.
I know.
Oh wow!
Working on the back, and you're gonna be blown away about just how it looks and how different it is. You haven't seen any of this. it open, you know? Wow. We are about 90% complete. This is really made for entertaining. That's what I wanted. I love this little feature here. It's totally different.
You guys did a great job.
Thank you. I'm excited. I'm excited to open it up.
I didn't see your result. I'm so impressed.
So the fireplace, we just basically, we don't really want, guests using it, so we want to put a fake one in there to provide that. So basically, we just fill the hole.
Okay.
Yeah. Still pumps out heat, just a little different.
So you knocked the wall out.
Knocked the wall out, pushed it back that way. Yep. And then we added a shower here. We knew we needed 2 full baths.
I love this.
Like that? With slant wall. I love these so much. I was like, it's one of the last things I added in. I said, team, we got to get this done.
Who did this?
Kenny did this.
Really? You know what? I might pay him and have him come down to my place.
That's what we're pushing. Some home designs as well. Now look at the big bathroom, a lot different.
Oh, man, this is super. So who made these things like this?
That was he's outside. His name is Major, so we got cutouts in each one. He's just Major helped do all of this, all the weight on the bathroom.
I love this too.
It's been fun. It's been fun designing this place. It's special to me.
So these are your ideas?
Yeah.
You got another career going on.
That's the play. Yes.
Wow. Yeah, you need to come down to my place.
Victoria Barlow Augustus. Oh my gosh. From probably 1980 to a few months ago. Well, no, actually maybe four years ago. Yeah. Yeah. So from the 80s to at least 35 years, I guess, at least. Yeah. This house looks unbelievable. It doesn't look like the same house. It doesn't feel like the same house. Everything is more modern and updated. The colors are certainly all different. And everything is just really, I'm old school, so the way the house looked when I lived here is totally different. Most of my career working, I lived here in this house. Back in 1984, there was a fire here that started in the kitchen and no one was here. And so all of the back part was totally gone and some of that was totally gone. And we lost everything, and we had to start from scratch. So that was kind of devastating. I can remember I was at work that day and my neighbor called and told me that there was a fire here. And so when I got here and I walked up to the driveway, all I had was the clothes on my back. Yeah. And so it was quite devastating. So, and we were out of this house for, I think about 3 or 4 months, and we were able to move back in on Christmas Eve. I'm so proud of my grandson I'm glad that he had the opportunity to purchase the house, and I'm glad that he has the talent to redo this house the way it looks now. It's unbelievable to me. It's just unbelievable. I mean, it was quite emotional just coming up to see the changes. So I'm really proud of him. I really am. The selling points is that you feel really comfortable when you come in here. At least I feel comfortable, and everything is up to date. And there's nothing in this house that you couldn't enjoy staying here. If you were here for a week or a weekend, you would certainly enjoy all the amenities that are here.